Okay, good afternoon. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing good this evening. As I share with you, I would be showing you how to go into, how to go into, how to go and search case files. I wasn't going to come on this evening because I was so distracted and I had something else that I was in the middle of, but I said I would come on, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure I did what I said I was going to do. I hope you guys had the opportunity to look at the post up under the announcement of the live. What that is, it basically gives you step by step in how to actually go and search the court files for yourself. And so then that way, if there's anything that you are concerned about or anything that you're needing to follow as far as a case and needing to know information about it, or if you want to check into concerns that your loved ones, your family members and loved ones may have, you're able to do that for yourself. It's quite difficult to follow through and know exactly what's going on if you're not getting any answers over the phone, if you're not getting any type of feedback through the mail or any type of correspondence. And so this here gives you the opportunity to be able to educate yourself and find out what's going on for yourself. So I gave you the step-by-step way of looking through, looking up each case file. Unfortunately, if you're looking at this particular case file, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to put in booth instead of, and I don't know if I put on there anywhere. If I didn't, then I'll go back and I'll edit that. But you'll have to put in for a last name Booth, Boothe, and then first name Ashley, because unfortunately you try and put in Woosley or Winans, it's not going to come up. So you will have to look under Booth if you're searching for this particular case. But my sharing the information with you is not only for this case. My sharing the information with you is so that you would have it for anything that you may need it for regarding your friends, family members, and loved ones, or just regarding situations in the community that's going on that may show up in the newspaper and you're wanting to follow it. Then that gives you the opportunity to do so, because you're able to go and pull up the case. Hopefully, if it's not, if the name isn't spelled wrong, or if they didn't put it in a different name. One of the things that I did notice, which I brought to their attention early on, but I see that it didn't change, was that one of the names on this case, if you go and look under the images for like the criminal, for criminal information, the name on the paperwork is a Ashley Marie Booth. And then on the, I think when you get farther down, you get a, even if you look under, I know it's under the sentencing order, the same thing, you get a different name. And so my question for that is, okay, if the case is in regards to a Ashley Nicole Woosley Winans and Ashley Marie Booth, on the court dockets doesn't even show that that's even one of her aliases, then who is this wonderful person? And why is she even a part of the case? So things like that is some of the things that I'm just going to point out to you that I noticed that was a concern to me. I won't do that this evening, as I share with you. I wasn't going to come on because I was in the middle of something, but I did want to go ahead and give you guys that information and give you the opportunity to actually play around with it a little bit, research, research yourself, or research people in the community, or research some of your loved ones, or whatever it is that you choose to do with that information, or go and research this case that we're talking about, and just be able to read the documents, for yourself involved in the case. I did share with you guys that the only documents that you'll be able to open are the documents that are underlined next to images. So where it says images under bold, under the docket entries, if you click on, like, for example, for the criminal information, if you click on that, then it's going to reveal to you that docket that was actually submitted under that. And if you go to the next one, I don't know what the next one is because I don't have it opened up in front of me, but if you click on that, same thing, it would open up the documents that were submitted under that. So that'll give you more information in regards to the case. And like I said, if you're not wanting to use it for this case, then that's perfectly fine. You may have cases that you've been long time wanting to research and just didn't know how, or look into, or you may want to look into your own personal cases, or search your own name, to see if there's anything that's outstanding, whether it's a failure to appear or something like that. And those things are great to get nipped in the butt. If they're on your record and you're not aware of it, but they're in there. So definitely throw your name in this, throw your name in the system and check it out and see what you have that's outstanding in the system that maybe you need to go and clear up. You may find out that there's a bench warrant on you for a failure to appear over a freaking, ticket, So do what you have to do to get that cleared up. And if you don't know how to get that cleared up without just going in and saying, okay, I'm here for this warrant, then definitely, message me or leave it on here as a comment, and I will share with you how to go about doing that, because there is a proper way to get that taken off of you, and that does require you to go in front of the court and request it. So rather than just go and turn yourself in and get your wonderful self put behind bars until somebody until a court date comes up for you to appear. So, but at any rate, that's what I'm going to leave you guys with, is just, the information of how to research the court cases for yourself, give you a chance to familiarize yourself with it, and then we'll pick it up from there. I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I hope you guys are feeling amazing. I hope you guys woke up this morning feeling great. And just like I said, just taking back your life, taking back the power over you, the authority over you, and remembering who you are. And I noticed, I was sitting today thinking, I was like, wow, Christy, you share with them, okay, to go back and take back charge of their life, and to take a stance in their life and to not be treated any kind of way. Well, I said all of this, but then I didn't say, okay, what do I do if I am crossed the wrong way? What do I do if, somebody do step on my toes? There is a way to do everything. There's, I always say do things decent and in order. If you get somebody that crosses you the wrong way, make you feel some kind of way, we're all adults. You talk about it. And you talk about it like you're an adult. Don't let somebody just walk over you and say anything to you. That's not okay. Get in a place where you are able to defend yourself, where you are able to speak up for yourself, and where you are able to hold a mature conversation when you do this, but also be in a place where you're able to agree to disagree. That is okay. That is healthy to agree to disagree. And that's not the same as being walked on. That's You understanding that things, because sometimes things can't be our way. I get that. But there are times when things are said and they're done and they're disrespectful and they're just flat out wrong, that you do have to take a stance and you do have to stand up for yourself and you do have to say so. So if you're going to work every day and somebody's talking down on you, take a stance. If it makes you feel some kind of way, I can't help it that they, oh, but they write a check. Your self-worth should not be less important than your paycheck. It should not. And I can say that because I used to work for a multimillionaire, Craig Malgeby, and Craig would tell you, you can call him up yourself. Craig Malgeby, with his wonderful self, and I adore him. I love him dearly. His wonderful self had the audacity to call me in his office one morning. And I was his executive assistant. And his wonderful self called me in his office, and he was sitting there with his partner, Deidre Hasty. I love them both. And he had the nerve to say, Christy, go get me breakfast. I love Craig Malgeby. He's a rich white man. I adore him. But he says, Christy, go get me breakfast. I'm sorry? Go get me breakfast. Craig, no. I didn't come to work to go and get you breakfast. That's not okay. No. When I tell you his wonderful self had a challenge with that, he had a challenge with that. He said, Christy, what do you mean you're not gonna go get me breakfast? What do you mean? Deidre, do you hear this? Mind you now, Deidre is an older African American lady. She's older than me. And she goes, Christy, you're not gonna go get him breakfast? No, no. I did not come to work to go get Craig breakfast. If Craig wants breakfast, Craig owns the place. Craig can go get his own breakfast. I didn't come to work to go get Craig breakfast. I'm not going to get Craig no breakfast. He said, Chrissy, I can't believe this. He hit his desk a couple of times, very disappointed. He said, what is this? I can't believe it. And then he called one of the other employees and he asked Nick to go get him breakfast. And Nick was like, oh, okay. And he's like, Deidre, did you hear that? Christy won't go get me breakfast. And he really, really had a challenge with that. He had a hard time with that. And that was okay. That's one of those places where you agree to disagree. It's okay. No. I had a child that I fed before I left home. I was not going to go and run across the street to McDonald's and get that man some breakfast when he could have took his wonderful self across the street. And that's not what he hired me for. So no, it wasn't in my job description. People will do what you allow them to do to you. People will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you allow them to walk on you, they will walk on you. If you allow them to talk to you any other kind of way, they will talk to you any other kind of way. If you allow them to minimize who you are as an individual, then they will do so. But the moment you say no, the moment you just say it's not okay, then it will stop being okay. Because Craig Malgeby adores me. He's still okay with me. As a matter of fact, as busy as this man always is, I called him up a couple of years ago. And I just called him up to let him know that I was closer to him because he had bought another property. And the person that answered the phone at the front desk, they told me, oh, well, he's busy, but let me just share your name with him. They shared my name with Craig Malgeby. Craig Malgeby got on the phone with me, and we chopped it up like it was nothing. How are you doing, Christy? Oh, my gosh, where are you? And I shared with him where I was, shared with him that I had another child. But it wasn't so much of the fact that I was able to share with him that I had another child, or the fact that we connected. It was the fact that he respected me enough to stop whatever he was doing and acknowledge my phone call, because I know Craig Magleby like the back of my hand, and there's a time that he wouldn't. And I don't know, for whatever reason, God placed it on my heart to give him a call that day. And he didn't say to me, "Oh, you're going to come back and work for me?" He did not say that. He hinted around to it, but he didn't say it. But when I left there still with a friend, decent and in order. You don't have to lose your self-worth. You don't. To stand up for yourself, to stand up for what you believe in. Stop allowing people that are over you to make you sacrifice or give up the bigger part of you, especially the good stuff, the stuff that makes you strong, the stuff that makes you feel like you're somebody. Because I'm going to say it again, our children have to look up to us, or they want to anyway. They came in this wonderful world indirectly believing that that's what they're supposed to do. You feed them. That's my hero, mommy, my daddy. You clothe them. That's my hero. They put clothes on me. You love them. That's my hero that makes me feel some kind of way. They get a boo-boo. You nurture them. That's my hero. The thing about it, even after we discipline them, they still love us in spite of. That was that Craig Magleby and Christy moment. He loved me in spite of. He didn't like it. And I didn't say they're going to always like the fact that you don't agree with them. And you may not always like the fact that somebody don't agree with you. But you're grown. You're grown. Understand it's okay. It's okay to be able to agree to disagree. It's okay to have different thoughts, different opinions. That's the reason we're all unique. Because we were born differently. We're supposed to have different opinions, different thoughts, different strengths, different weaknesses, look different, be different, act different. We're supposed to. We are even twins, when twins are born, identical twins, they still have something uniquely different about themselves. So there's no reason why some wonderful person should be running around here mad because somebody don't look like them, somebody don't act like them, somebody don't talk like them, speak like them. When I say talk, I'm saying one thing. When I'm saying speak, I mean, like in an accent or whatever. There's no reason for people to be getting mad about somebody being different than you were. And if you look at your wonderful self from top to bottom, inside and out, as many challenges that we have and as many concerns that we have about ourselves, because I don't care how much you want to sell to the next person that you think you're perfect. When you get all by yourself, you know you're not. You know every flaw that you're made up of. And so when you start to think about that, and then you take in consideration of you thinking that, well, I wanted everybody to be exactly like me. No, you don't. You don't even want to be you. So quit being so disappointed in the next person not being you, not liking what you like, not talking the way you talk, not acting the way you acting, not looking the way you look. Most of us are not even attracted to ourselves. Get over it. Grow up. If anything, find a place in you. First of all, I'm going to go back to it. Learn to love you. Learn to love you. Learn to appreciate you. Get in front of a wonderful mirror. I had to do this. Oh my gosh. Whew. I went through a time when I was young. And, you know, for those who grew up around me, you know. For those who didn't, I'll save that for another day. But I went through a time when I was young, and it was hard. It was really hard. And when I finally got on my own, I had to take a long look at myself in the mirror because I didn't like me. I know, right? I can only imagine what some of you are saying, because I had quite a few people when I came back to Arkansas and they seen me on Facebook, you know, and they was like, you were supposed to been that one, you know, and it's like, I didn't even know they even liked me. But, you know, they said, you're supposed to been that one. During that time in my life, I didn't like me. There were so many things about me that I didn't like. There were so many things about me that I didn't understand. I remember being on William Street in my home, looking in the mirror, and I was determined. I had got to a point where I was determined that I was going to connect with me. I was going to find a way to love me. I started from the crown of my head and worked my way down to the sole of my feet, telling myself something about each and every part of me. My hair, why did I appreciate it? At that time, it was because I felt like it was a good length. Now I feel like it's all dry and I need to work on it a lot more. My eyebrows, I don't know. I felt like that's like an Indian part of me, you know. Although people say, "Oh, you got some thick, thick eyebrows." They want to pluck them, but still, for whatever reason, I like them. My eyes, when I looked in my eyes back then, I felt like my eyes look pretty much like they do to me now, you know, like I have a lot of pain in it. But back then, I felt like when I looked into my eyes, the reflection of me hurt me because I was suffering from the things in life that had hurt me, kept me from being happy. And so I had to find a reason to like them. And so, you know what my reason was? They were white. Yeah, they were white around the black. That became my reason. They were white around the black because I look in some people's eyes and they're yellow, or there's discoloration. So that was my purpose for liking my reason for liking my eyes. My dimples, oh my gosh. I did not like my dimples. I did not. Didn't care for them at all. Nobody else had dimples. My mom, nobody on my mom's side, nobody on my dad's side, nobody on my stepfather's side. I didn't like them. Everybody kept digging in them, want to pull them out your face, you know, bite on them. So I didn't like my dimples. I didn't care for them. I thought they was a birth defect. I had a little old lady to tell me one day. She was asking me about them. She's the only real person that really, really stopped to find out what I thought about them. But she shared with me when I told her that I didn't like them. And I told her why. She's like, why? Why you don't like them? And I told her why. And so she shared with me. She said, you know, she said, dimples mean that you were kissed by an angel at birth. Baby, when she told me that, I worked these dimples. See? Yes. So for those of you that are out there, I don't care if you have one or if you have two. And you may have three. And I don't care if it's in your chin, your cheek, you know, up here, however you have it. I don't care. I've heard that people got them in their back or whatever, wherever you have a dimple. Now, she didn't say that wherever you had it meant you was kissed at birth. She just said the dimples meant that you was kissed at birth by an angel. That within itself should make you feel special. But I did. I went from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. And I tried to find a reason for every part of me of why I liked it or why I appreciate it. And in some places, I'm not going to lie, I had to just appreciate it because I was able to hold something with my hands. Or it could have been my wonderful feet that I was just appreciative that I was able to walk and get from point A to point B. But what I'm saying to you is you have to love you in order to be able to deal with all this out here. You have to love you. You have to appreciate you. So if you're not in that place yet, I mean, like really, really in that place where nobody, no matter what the next person say about you, you could care less because you love you and that's all that matters, then go and connect with yourself or reconnect with yourself because kids, again, children come in this world and they think they the bomb. Oh my gosh, I have met some wonderful little babies that think they just, you can't tell them they anything different. It's not until they get older that they start to become self-conscious about themselves. Because all the while they were growing up, somebody was saying, "You're so cute. Oh my God, he's so adorable. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Oh, I can just eat him up." I never understood that. But at any rate, we validated them all the time, all the time, all the time. And then when they reached a certain age, we stopped. And so they begin to get subconscious about themselves. They was like, am I no longer pretty? Am I no longer smart? Am I no longer handsome? Am I no longer worth a compliment? Do they not see me the same? They thought they lost it. And it's not that they lost it. It's that we get so distracted with our, correcting them when we catch them in the wrong that we forget to praise them and validate them. And that's what's more, and I'm not going to say let's just say they're both important. They're equally important. Because I used to tell my children all the time, if you're going to make it a point to say something negative about a person, you better be able to come back with something positive. So if you're out there and you're saying negative things about a person, hold on to it until you evaluate them a little bit longer and be able to say something positive. And yes, I can wear those shoes. I can tell you a lot of positive things about Miss Ashley. Because I did. I went through her page and I strolled down her Facebook page because I wanted to know the person, the personality of the individual who took my brother from me. So yes, I did look at her page. I didn't want to think everything about her was evil because of that one moment. Was the moment wrong? It was more than wrong on so many levels. But is that all she is? That's not all she is. And so, yes, I can say things positive just as I can negative about her. And you should be able to do that about the next person too. But a lot of times that starts with you. You have to be able to say something positive about you. You have to really, really be able to love and appreciate you. So start there. And once you start there, And don't leave out them beautiful babies neither. Because I think we are some awesome, awesome. First of all, let me go to the women. I think women are some amazing, 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 amazing creatures in this world. To be able to pull off something as amazing as giving birth, giving life. We give life. I'm sorry, men, but y'all can't touch that. We give life. There is something beautiful about that. That alone should make you want to be ladylike. That alone should make you want to be angelic. That alone should make you feel like, oh, you're blessed and highly favored. The Lord chose you to give life. Life. That is huge. That is huge. And yes, men, you are amazing too. I mean, you have all the strength, and you're supposed to be protectors and providers. And, the Lord gave you strength that He didn't give, women. He did. I mean, seriously, think about it. Women are emotional creatures. Men can bypass emotion with flying colors. They could care less about emotion. Men have to actually stop and pause when they realize emotions are in the room. They're like, oh, you're not okay. You're not happy. There's something bothering you. So you have the strength to make a woman feel whole, to keep her together, to make her feel protected, whether or not you use it. That's another thing. But you have it. And women do look forward to it. They do want it. It's just that so many of us are hurt and we're afraid of it. We don't know how long it's going to last, if it's going to be temporarily, if you're going to be here 1 minute and out the door the next. Don't nobody got time for that. Y'all going to hear that a lot. That's when I don't wear a watch, because I don't have time for that. But anyway, getting back to the case. So you guys have the search information. Search your different cases. Search yourself. Make sure you don't have any outstanding failure to appears or bench warrants or whatever from a failure to appear that you haven't taken care of, and close the case properly. Check into the case that we've been discussing if you choose to. I did put on there to make sure you look at the fact, that when you go and research it, that you will have to use Booth instead of Woosley or Winans, because you will not find it. It does not come up that way. Why? I don't know. It just don't. And I will see you guys on the next time. You guys be blessed. Keep your heads up. Love you.